Hello friends, today we're going to make a very well-known Bengali sweet dish, Rosh Bora. But I've modified this recipe a bit as I've put stuffing inside this. So these are stuffed Rosh Bora, or what I called Pur Bhora Rosh Bora. Let's get on with it. To make Pur Bhora Rosh Bora, we need 1 cup of urad dal, or we also call it as bulid dal or kolayid dal. We're going to wash these thoroughly. Soak these overnight or at least for 6 hours. I've soaked these overnight and now we can grind these easily. Next, we are going to strain these soaked dal and transfer into a grinder. We'll add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and grind it to a fine paste, a very tight paste. We're not going to use water while grinding, but if you find it too tight, you can use 1 or 2 tablespoons of water. And that's it. And now we are going to whisk this batter. I like to use my hands and we have to whisk it till it becomes very fluffy and airy. You'll see the color and the volume will also change and the batter will become very light and fluffy. Till that you have to keep on whisking it. Now to find whether your batter is ready or not, there is a trick. Take a bowl of water and drop a small portion of batter in it. If the portion floats, that means our batter is ready. Now, let's move on to the next step and make our stuffing. We need 1/2 cup grated coconut and 1/4 cup jaggery. We're going to transfer the jaggery into a pan. Along with it, I'll also transfer the grated coconut. We'll start cooking it on medium heat. Do not increase the heat as there are chances that your jaggery might burn. So cook it on a medium heat. It'll take some time, but the texture and the color will come out very nicely. So patiently cook this and you can see now the texture and the color has changed. So at this point, I'm going to add 1/2 cup dried milk, or what we call in Bengali as khoa. Once we add this, we're going to fry it on medium heat. We'll continue frying it on medium heat till the entire khoa melts. We can see the khoa has melted properly and the stuffing has become very tight and sticky. At this point, you'll also get a fantastic aroma of fried coconut and jaggery. So we know that our stuffing is ready. We'll take it out in a different plate and we'll spread it to cool down a bit. It's going to be very hot. Now we'll apply some ghee on our palm and we'll take very small portions and we're going to roll it on our palm to make small narkele nadu or laddus. There you go. You have to do this while it's hot because if it cools down, it'll become very tight and sticky and you cannot shape the narus properly. So it'll be a little difficult. So you can apply water and ghee simultaneously and do this. The next step is we're going to make the rosh or the sugar syrup. So I've added 1 cup sugar and 1 cup water, equal proportion water and sugar. And I'm going to boil it. Once the sugar melts, I'm going to add some flavoring. So I'm adding 2 cardamom, crushed cardamom and few strands of saffron. You can see the color changes to light yellow. It's because of the saffron strands. I'm getting an amazing aroma from the syrup. Be careful not to overboil it or the syrup will become very thick. We don't need a thick syrup. We need a very thin syrup. So we don't need 1 tar or 2 tar syrup. There shouldn't be any tar. It has to be very watery and thin. So our syrup is ready and it's very light. Looks like our rosh is ready. So I'm going to keep it aside and move on to the next step. The next step is we are going to fry our boras. Now this is the most tricky part and we have to do it very carefully. We'll take 1 nadu or our stuffing and we are going to dip it in the batter gently and coat it in the batter and lift it. The batter is very sticky, so you have to be very careful. And gently drop this in the oil. The oil should be very hot, properly hot, otherwise the boras will not float. Likewise, we have to make many boras and then fry it on high to medium heat. Once the boras turn golden brown and they're properly fried, we'll take them out and dip it in the sugar syrup. We're going to pour it in the rosh and let them soak it nicely. Here you can see. Likewise, we are going to make all the boras and we'll dip it in the sugar syrup. And we are going to soak the boras for about a couple of hours so that it absorbs the syrup completely. And after that, you can see it becomes so juicy and soft. Here, let me open one and show. See how juicy it is. Absolutely mouth-watering. So this is my Pur Bhora Rosh Bora recipe, our stuffed Rosh Boras. One more trick to Rosh Bora is they always taste better on the next day, or at least if you soak these boras overnight. So here's the recipe. Please try it. If you're a sweet lover, I'm sure you're going to love this recipe. If you love the recipe, please like this video and do subscribe my channel for more interesting recipes. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, do take care of yourselves.